Hey and welcome to my channel. I'm Imani Forrester, the author of 30 Reasons Why Men Deserve Nothing. Definitely go check it out on Amazon, and you can also read it for free if you have Kindle Unlimited. So I'm going to jump right into a Reddit Am I the Asshole submission that I found today. The original post has since been deleted. You can still read the comments, but the post has been deleted, so I'm just going to read it to you right now. And yeah, definitely subscribe, like the video, and follow for more, and let's just jump into it. OP says, long story short, I've been married to my wife Natalie for 6 months. She gets along with my family, and they used to invite her to dinners at restaurants, the upscale restaurants, every week, but there is an issue. Mom told me that due to my wife being brought up in a working class home, she did not quite learn some etiquette that's necessary for these type of places. Because of this, Mom and my wife would argue a lot, especially after we go out to eat. My wife decided to stop going and expected me to do the same as support, but I didn't think it was fair for me to let go of a basically family tradition, if you will, over some minor disagreement between her and my mom. So what I did was tell my wife that I'd go on business meetings, but in reality, I go to have dinner with my family. Last week, me and my family were eating at one of the usual places, and my wife showed up. I was stunned to see her there, and she acted all shocked and made a scene and got into a huge argument with Mom, then went to her parents' house. I tried talking to her later and explained that my family were pressuring me to continue going with them to dinner, and I hide this from her as a way to keep the peace and also till she gets used to how some of the etiquettes work. I told her she's overreacting, which is always effective, and made a scene, but she yelled, saying I was a manipulator and a liar and have no support for her. She refused to return my calls later, and my family are on my side. Here, saying she's basically made me resort to lying, which I don't necessarily think it is considered lying, but rather a compromise. Was I the asshole? So one commenter writes, your mom is excluding your wife from dinner outings over her upbringing. Being looked down on just for your upbringing feels like some fantasy novel between a noble and a commoner. If you're also concerned on table etiquette, why not show her the proper etiquette that's supposedly required for these places? What you said was indeed lying. A compromise is only a compromise in this situation if you come to some sort of agreement with your wife about still meeting your family for these traditional meals that benefits you both in some way. You didn't come to any compromise, you just decided to lie. And then they add, your family agrees you lied, but they are backing you by saying she's pushed you to it, which no she didn't. You and you alone didn't speak to her on it. You have deluded yourself to believe this is for the sake of peace. There's only peace if all parties is okay with what's happening. You should have spoken to your wife on her feelings, and you should have spoken to your family about their judgment of her upbringing. You are the bridge to both parties, and you only close the bridge to your wife. Do better. Someone else says, quick question. Why did you marry her when you clearly don't respect or even like her? She might have grown up with less money, but at least she's not as classless and tacky as you and your family. That's embarrassing. And somebody else says, the fact that you can't seem to even see how much of an a-hole you are is shocking to say the least. Telling your wife you are attending a business meeting, but then going to dinner with your family after you've promised to support her against them is not a compromise. It's a lie, plain and simple. You're saying one thing and then doing something else. I struggle to comprehend if this is even real, to be honest, because there's red flags all over it. And as far as etiquette in restaurants is concerned, I mean, what's she doing exactly? Standing on the table and screaming her head off between courses? You and your family are massive a-holes. Your poor wife must be mortified, and you should be ashamed. Grow up, the lot of you. And then somebody says, you lied to her instead of being honest. What etiquette does she not have exactly? You and your family sound insufferable. Someone else says, bets on whether or not it's something dumb, like using the wrong fork for a salad. Somebody questions if the etiquette is not being white. Somebody says your family uninvited your wife because she comes from a working class family and isn't up to their levels of manners, and you think it's okay for you to keep attending. Do you realize how hurtful your family's being to your wife? You lie to her about it, effectively betraying her. Start prioritizing your wife, or you won't have one for long. And the final one that I'm going to read is this person saying, "You are the a hole." I don't believe for a second that her manners are so bad that your family can't be seen with her in a restaurant. I take my preschool kids to fancy places and it's fine. What can your wife possibly be doing that could be related to her working class background? Or is working class code for something else? There's a similar post not that long ago, and it turned out the family was just arist. Yeah, we know. You guys know what I mean, right? In any case, your family's judgmental and you need to grow a pair. Someone says, yes, I'm guessing that, quote, working class means she's a different race. All right, that's where I'm going to end the reading of comments. But I just wanted to give this post some light on my channel and let you guys definitely discuss in the comments what you think about it. Immediately, what I thought was, this is the reason why women divorce men at such high rates. These XY don't stand up for their wives. They openly disrespect them. They delude themselves into thinking that they're compromising by excluding them and lying to them. And then they tell themselves that they're not lying. To even have to type this out, and submit it somewhere and have hundreds of people, if not thousands, read it and not realize that you've done something wrong is the epitome of a lack of self-awareness. This is why I stress in my book the importance of understanding what a dusty even looks like. Dusties are not just broke people, like broke XY. Dusties are males with a lack mindset, and then they lack in every other area of their life. They're going to lack money. They're going to lack kindness. They're going to lack emotional support. They're going to lack generosity. They're going to lack everything. This is a man who, even though his family comes from money, he has money, he's lacking. He's selfish. Dusties are essentially, by nature, very selfish people. This is a selfish man. He wanted to enjoy some yummy food at a upscale restaurant, and he didn't really give an F if his wife is upset at home or feels lonely at home. If he really cared that much about etiquette, if his family really cared that much about etiquette, if it was truly an etiquette issue, I think what could have been done here was that he could have practiced going with her to some nice restaurants and just kind of showing her the ropes. You know what I mean? They could have went to a different restaurant. They could, there's compromises. They could have taken a class. If it was truly how the heck was she supposed to learn etiquette by never attending one of these restaurants again? I don't think he ever planned for her to only be excluded until she learned some etiquette. No, she was supposed to be excluded forever. She was never supposed to find out about these dinners. And I think that's really gross. And honestly, I hope they divorced. Because I would. People have divorced for less. This is not a person who cares about her. This is disgusting. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to grab my book. You can even give it a free read if you have Kindle Unlimited. I'll see you in the next one, guys.